Gordon says, hey, could you please indicate what type of business address you use for your local ranking websites, whether it's the physical address for a post office location or the physical address for a private mailbox service location or for a virtual office service or some other type of address entity, and why? You know, whatever you can use. I haven't been doing any of that kind of work now in, God, a long time because of the video verification stuff that's been going on. So for the longest time, I would just use post office boxes with the street address option. I've taught about that for years and it worked. But now with the video verification requirements, I'm not creating spam GMBs for lead gen stuff. I haven't done any of those at all in about a year now. I have not built one single spam GMB in about a year now. Swear to God. And that's because of the reason of the video verification stuff. I just haven't been doing it. I've been working for months now and developing a process on ranking organically and then backing into Google Business Profiles for companies that actually have real valid profiles. And that's what I call the hybrid model. I've been working on it for months. That's what I'm doing mostly on my Twitch streaming sessions in the morning, is working on that, testing different types of site configurations, different keyword combinations, all different kinds of things. So that once I kind of find the best performing structures, then I will scale that. And I'm teaching all of that for free on the Twitch stuff. A lot of it is experimentation. I don't expect all of you to go watch through it. A lot of it's raw footage, but all I'm trying to say is the whole reason why I'm going through all of this, an hour to an hour and a half every single morning, I'm on my Twitch channel working on this exact method because I got away from doing Google Business, spam Google Business Profiles. So I can tell you what used to work, but I don't think it's going to work anymore. And that's why I don't do it, which is, again, going back to post office boxes using the street address option. That worked like charm for me for years. I got Google Business Assets all over the state of Virginia because of that. More recently, there was another service that I used called Uni or UNI or something like that, that you can still get Google Business Profiles through them, but they don't give you manager access. What's the point? You can't go in and publish any business posts. You can get a Google Business Profile through this company. Oh, you guys aren't seeing my screen. Sorry. Let me grab the screen. Right here. You can get Google Business Profiles through ueni.com. Okay. But they don't give you Google Business Manager access to them. They'll give you access to them if you can provide them with documentation that it's a real valid business and you're a business owner or at least a member of the board or whatever. Like, in other words, you have to have corporate documentation and everything else and prove it to them. So it's a real pain in the ass. And so again, I just don't do spam GMB listings anymore, guys. I just don't do it, and I don't plan on doing it unless Google loosens up their restrictions all of a sudden and we can do it easily again without them being suspended so easily. That's part of the reason why I don't build any spam listings anymore is, number one, they're hard to verify, but number two, they're hard to keep. And that's the whole point. I don't like doing work that, putting money, time, and effort into something that in 2 months down the road or 6 months down the road, it could just disappear, just vanish, because that's a ton of wasted time and effort and money. And I don't like that. I hate that kind of shit. That's why I don't do, churn and burn SEO. I don't do that kind of SEO, and I haven't done that kind of SEO for years. And that's because I don't like that. If I'm putting time and effort and money into something, I want it to provide a return for a long time. Like, I'm in it for the long term, not for a short, quick win. There are quick ranking strategies, like in the previous question I just answered. That makes sense. If you want to spam something up so that you can get some leads coming in for a potential client or something like that at first, that's fine, while you're working on building more permanent assets. But I like to build more permanent assets. And Google Business, spammed Google Business listings are risky because they're likely going to be suspended, is what I'm saying. At some point, maybe not today, maybe not next week, but they're likely going to get suspended. And so again, why waste all your time and money and effort on that? And then you'll be pissed off when Google takes it away from you, but it was invalid to begin with. And for years, that's all I did, guys. And I loved it, but now it's a lot more difficult. And I don't want to put my time and money and effort into, building a, on a foundation that's going to fall apart. You know what I mean? I want something that's solid, that's going to stay and produce revenue for years to come. So, and by the way, I don't know if any of the organic stuff that I'm doing is going to last for years to come, because you guys know Google could change tomorrow, and like everything that I've been working on for the last several months could completely vanish as well. But it's a lot less likely than Google business stuff, which we all know in the industry. If you've done any kind of working local SEO for any time of the last year and a half, 2 years, you know, there's been a lot of volatility in the Google business profile world. And so again, that's why I say, just in my opinion, avoid it. But if you want to go after it, then again, I would take, Google business, or excuse me, post office boxes is what I preferred over virtual mailboxes, because a lot of virtual mailbox places are, I found that those tended to get suspended a lot quicker. Post offices, for whatever reason, usually would stick. The UNI, or whatever the hell that UENI.com service, that works. You can get them, but you don't get manager access to them. So you can't really optimize them. You can't really do much with them. So that might be another option as well. So anyway, there you go. Now, do I have an idea how much enough time lapse since you started your rank and rent training on Twitch that you were able to give your best guess as to when the edited version of it will be posted on the YouTube channel? No. And and keep in mind, like, guys, what I'm doing on my Twitch channel, I'm not saying that all of that content is going to be condensed and then put on the YouTube channel. Some of it may, more for marketing stuff, maybe some training stuff, but when it does get finally condensed down into very actionable training, that's in our mastermind. The whole point is I'm doing all this for free on the Twitch channel, because if you want to sit through all that raw footage to learn, by all means, have at it. That's why it's there. Okay. But when it does get condensed down into shorter form actionable content, that goes behind the paywall in our mastermind. And that is because that's our products, right? We do our training in our mastermind, other than what we do here on the Hump Day Hangouts and stuff. And I do a lot of free training, guys. And you can go to the Twitch channel and see everything I'm doing for free there. But when I condense it down into shorter form content, that's going to be a lot more actionable and consumable, right? Then that's going to be in our mastermind, which is where we keep all of our top level training. Okay. But like I said, you're more than welcome to go check out what's on the Twitch channel, right? So, and some of that stuff will be on the YouTube channel, but not all of it. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense.